Good afternoon, Fulbright Scholars of 2018. My name is Joyce West and I was a Fulbright Scholar in 2016. I would really like to apologize for not being able to be there and to meet you in person. But I would like to take this opportunity just to congratulate you on receiving this extremely prestigious scholarship. And I would also like to just give you a few pointers on what to do and what not to do, as well as what to expect. So I hope you enjoy this video. Pointer number 1. So I think the first thing that you should realize about the Fulbright Scholarship is that it's all about the process. You are going to go through a metamorphosis and you're going to change, and you're definitely going to come back a completely different person. You're going to view things differently. You're going to see your career and your future career differently. But it's a very exciting process, but it is also very hard. But as long as you know that it's the process that counts, it's not the destination. Even though you're going to an amazing destination, the USA, it's really about the process and just taking in everything that you can learn, committing to the hard-working process that lies ahead, and just enjoying all the things that you are going to experience. Pointer number 2. As I've just said, the Fulbright Scholarship is all about the process, but with that comes a lot of emotional aspects to consider. So do realize that it's normal to sometimes feel lonely. It will be normal to miss home quite a bit in the first 2 months. And it's also normal to get angry with people. You'll realize that people can be quite ignorant about South Africa. They sometimes think that Africa is just one big country, and not that Africa is the second largest continent. So before getting angry, try and realize that you are also just as ignorant about their country. For example, do you know and can you list the 50 states in America? Do you know what makes the South Coast and the East Coast and the West Coast so much different from one another, and why they have electoral state, for example? So before getting angry, try and realize that you can learn just as much about them as they can learn about your country. And educate them. Be an ambassador for South Africa. Pointer number 3. Remember that you are the Fulbright Scholar. Not your colleagues, not the people that live around you, not your students. You are the Fulbright Scholar, and with that comes a great amount of responsibility. You will find that sometimes you get to a place where people don't want to use your approach, or they don't understand your way of doing things, or they don't want to learn about your way of doing things. But remember that they did not apply to be a Fulbright Scholar, you did. So it's your job to reach out, it's your job to try and help them to understand, and it's your job to learn. It's not just a job, but it's a privilege to learn. So remember that when you want to get frustrated with the process. Pointer number 4. This is one that I struggled with quite a bit. So I think 2 words that could sum up pointer 4 is social constructivism. So if you're in academia, you've obviously heard of Vygotsky and his theory of social constructivism. So when you go to the States, social constructivism gets a completely new meaning. In South Africa, we're kind of used to a very behaviorist approach where we got taught through direct lecturing or direct instruction approach. We also do a lot of rote learning and memorization. And those kind of things are not as prominent in the States. They use a very engaged, interactive approach to learning, and it's sometimes hard to adapt to their style of teaching, but it's really fun. And the best part of all is, after your Fulbright Scholarship, when you come back, your South African learners or students will definitely benefit from what you've learned and the skills that you've gained because of the social constructivist perspective that the States follow. Pointer number 5, this is my last pointer as well. It's a little bit about the technical, logistical issues that you might run into. So there's a lot of paperwork and there's a lot of things to do and not to do. I think if I can just give you one heads up, it's about your social security number and your social security card. Get it ASAP. The second, when you get into the States and you've settled in within the first 2 weeks, immediately go and get your social security number and social security card done. It does take a while, and there might be hiccups within that process, but you will need that number for when you want to get your salary or your stipend, and you're also going to need that for when you do your tax returns when you get back. So that's really important to get that done as soon as possible. The other technical things you'll see as you go along, you will figure it all out, so don't stress too much about it now. Then finally, I would like to conclude by just wishing you good luck and leaving you with the words of Carl Sagan, who said that imagination will often carry us into worlds that never were, but without it, we go nowhere. So make your journey personal. Try and imagine what this Fulbright could do for you in the future, and always remember that this is an absolute privilege. It's not a right. And that you have the opportunity of expanding your own knowledge and your own skills, and then that you can come back to South Africa and improve the lives of the people that work with you and your students and learners. And then also remember to make contacts. Don't isolate yourself. Reach out to other people, collaborate, grab every opportunity that you can get. Because at the end of the day, it's all a growing process that will finally make you the new you at the end of all of this. So good luck and enjoy. Bye!